Nowhere in the music video does she have a mic. Like a bunch of times, she kind of looks like she's adjusting it, but it's not there. And there's like behind the scenes as well, where she doesn't have it. Let me see if I can find that video. Just about every single person. So here's one. Has the mic. Has the mic. Has the mic. Like almost all of them have a fucking mic. You're listening. You see this shit? So why would everyone have... Oh, this is another part of it. The toy, there's a toy of it, and the toy comes with a mic. It comes with the fucking mic. What happened to the mic? Why did they erase the mic? Can someone tell me? The fuck is going on? All right, I have one more for you. It's the while I'm finding the toy to confirm this, it's this one. What video is this? Is it, oops, no. Hit me baby one more time. The Hit Me Baby One More Time video. What pattern is on her skirt? Do you remember? It's fucking black. There's no pattern on any of them. What kind of shit? What is happening? It's definitely... Yes, buckle the fuck up.
A group of people have a clear collective memory of something that apparently never happened. Many of these people remember the exact same thing with near identical details. However, these memories are now seemingly different from what's in the history books, newspapers, articles, etc. Put simply, the Mandela Effect is a really weird phenomenon, and it has confused and puzzled people for years. So today we're going to cover a ton
I watched like 8
effects,
hours of this, guys. I like watched this whole playlist one day.
Stick around to the very end so you don't miss a single detail. Like, subscribe, let's get into it. The Scream.
This one kind of got me too.
Let's start with a piece of classic art. The Scream is a beautiful composition created by the Norwegian artist Edvard Munch in 1893. Now, this piece was brought to my attention by multiple commenters claiming that something had changed about this incredibly iconic work of art. So let's take a look at it. Are there any details here that you don't remember being here? I noticed something right away, and upon doing more research, it turns out that a lot of people online don't remember ever seeing this gold bracelet on the wrist of the screaming figure. What do you think?
I was like, what?
So here's an interesting detail.
I definitely don't remember that.
Munch created at least 5 versions of the Scream. The first in 1893, the second in 1895, the third in 1910, which many art historians believe is a replica painting Edvard made after selling the original 1893 version. The fourth is a lithograph version, and the fifth version is the most mysterious. Many people believe that it is actually the first version of the Scream, as it's incomplete and lacks a lot of the colors and details of later versions. Interestingly enough, the gold bracelet isn't found in all
I don't know.
but in the most famous version, the
it's fucking there.
Version,
it's right the fuck there.
And once you notice it,
what the fuck?
It. It's such an eye-catching detail, and yet very little, if anything, has been written or discussed about this. You have to remember, these works of art have been discussed for over 100 years. Every color, every detail, every stroke.
That's very true as well.
Made, analyzed, and discussed. Not only that, these pieces have been recreated for just as long.
Yeah, the fan versions don't have it.
Even the modern-day exacted detail parodies somehow still completely miss this eye-catching golden bracelet. Very interesting indeed. So what do you think about all this?
I don't know. I think he said the date. Like there's different versions, but one of the versions has the bracelet for whatever reason.
Avril Lavigne. Next, let's talk about a much more modern type of art.
The milk
mustache. The Got Milk advertising campaign, which ran from 1993 to 2014, was created and used to encourage the consumption of milk in the United States of America. What started as simply an ad in California later was licensed by milk producers and dairy farmers all across America, all with the express goal of selling more milk. What was really strange about these ads were that they used numerous celebrities, musicians, and athletes to sell milk. And in each of them, they always had a milk mustache. Weird, right? What a strange time in American history. Although, as weird as it is in retrospect,
This is a bit
I was
strange.
a kid and a teen at the time,
I
so
have
never
to
really
admit.
stopped to consider how strange any of this was. Anyway, let's talk about the Mandela Effect. A bunch of
Is it just now
famous
clicking?
rock musicians at the time did Got Milk.
This might
ads.
get you,
People
even though
like
I did
Kelly
completely
Clarkson and
describe
Miley
it.
Cyrus. But the weirdest one is the one that apparently no one can find today, and that is the Got Milk ad with Avril Lavigne, the pop punk singer and songwriter that tons of people remember, myself included, but apparently has never existed. The limited details that people have recalled is that she had a white cotton tank top on, apparently suspenders, and that her guitar was in the photo.
I guess he
That's
describes
about
it too.
Go ask
But
anyone
after
who
the
was
fact,
alive
he like
during
gives
the
it a
time if
pause
they
for you to be
remember
like,
her
huh,
doing a
do I
Got
remember
Milk
that?
ad. And more than likely, they will say they remember it. But as far as we can tell, it doesn't exist, and apparently never did.
Nope.
Here's the crazy thing. The Got Milk ads had reached a 90% awareness in America, which is phenomenally successful, meaning 9 out of 10 people had heard of or at least seen one of these Got Milk ads. So the chance of someone seeing one of these ads are the quick little bonus effects. First up is how the Great Pyramids now have 8 sides instead of 4.
This shit's weird.
That one's pretty
Although I
shocking.
have,
Even
it's
the
very
big-
slight. The 8-sided pyramids, like, you could only tell if you really, really looked. This makes sense to me. Why it would be that way, I don't know. Like, the pyramids are mysterious anyway, so maybe there's some reason for it. Yeah. Right? Like, what the fuck's happening? Why are they changing our
Next is
childhood
how Richard
memories?
Simmons is not only missing
This
his
shit's
headband,
weird. This got me. Richard Simmons, 100%. 100% had wristbands and a headband. You can't tell me that he didn't. You cannot tell me that he didn't. And there's no fucking evidence of it anywhere. What the fuck?
But now his wristbands, they're just gone. What happened to them?
It looks weird.
Last but not least is a
It
quote from
looks
Star
weird without
Wars
him.
Episode 3, where tons of people online remember Padme saying, "This is how democracy dies," with thunderous applause. But apparently she never said democracy. She said liberty.
Like,
So now
it's got me
apparently
fired
she
up.
says,
like,
this is how liberty dies.
you can't take
with
away my
thunderous
man's
applause.
wristbands.
Online, I've seen so
It's
many
like his
shocking reactions to
iconic
this.
shit.
But ultimately, even though all 3 of those are pretty fun, I decided to go with the most fun one. It's a mind-blowing update to a classic Mandela Effect. The Jungle Book.
This shit got me because he confirms the fuck out of it.
All the way back in the video Brand New Mandela Effect 7, I talked about the Jungle Book. Let's check out a quick clip from that video to refresh your mind.
There is a scene in the 1967 animated classic The Jungle Book where the young human Mowgli is being talked into giving King Louie fire. During this song and dance, the bear Baloo joins in wearing an interesting outfit. What outfit is the bear Baloo wearing during the scene? Visualize it right now in your head before I give you some options to choose from. What do you see? Was it a coconut beak and a yellow grass skirt? Or was it a coconut bra and a green grass skirt? As it is now, it's a coconut beak and a yellow grass skirt. This is certainly not what I remember from the Jungle Book, but hey, that's just my opinion.
This is just wrong.
The coconut on Baloo's face just looks so off to me.
Yeah.
To this day, that's still a pretty big Mandela Effect. But now we have definitive proof that Baloo did indeed have a coconut bra.
Yes.
Something happened at some point. to
Preach,
change
good
that.
sir.
Floyd Norman is an
This shit.
86-year-old American animator, writer, and comic book artist. He's worked for companies such
Yes.
as Walt Disney Animation Studios,
Yes,
Hanna-Barbera,
Kai,
and even
yes.
Pixar. This extremely talented man did it all, working on everything from Sleeping Beauty and The Sword in the Stone to Robin Hood, The Smurfs, Mulan, and even Courage the Cowardly Dog. He even worked on computer-generated movies like Toy Story 2 and Monsters, Inc. All this to say, of course he worked on the 1967 movie, The Jungle Book. I bring up Floyd Norman because years ago he ran a Squarespace website that you can still look up and read to this day thanks to the Internet Wayback Machine, where he talks about his thoughts and feelings on animation, the industry, his dreams, his goals, and lots of insider stories that you'll never hear anywhere else. In a post he wrote called Things You Don't Know About the Jungle Book, Floyd delves into all kinds of fun details that most people have never heard of, For example, originally the Jungle Book story was, quote, dark, dreary, and full of mystery. So after Walt Disney himself viewed the storyboards, Walt yelled out, "This reminds me of Batman!" Apparently this was a shock to the team of artists because none of them ever expected a DC reference from Walt Disney. They even used to gossip back then that maybe Walt Disney was a secret DC Comics fan. Floyd's website has a ton of great details like that, but the one that really caught my attention was regarding Baloo and his now missing coconut bra. Here is his entire quote. Veteran writer Larry Clemens thought having animated characters in drag was a surefire gag. Every time the story team would come up with a wacky idea, Larry would always chime in and say, "What if we put him in drag? That would be hilarious." Eventually, Larry managed to get his way. When Baloo the bear has his wacky "I Want to Be Like You" duet with King Louie the orangutan, we put Baloo in a coconut bra and grass skirt. I think we
There it
finally
is.
managed to please Larry. And perhaps
Fucking
it was right after
definitive
all,
proof
the zany duet
that he had a
between
bra.
Lou Prima and Phil Harris was a
He drew the bra.
showstopper.
This man drew that
There you
bra.
have it, an artist that literally worked on the Jungle
But
Book.
it's not
As in
on.
drawing that animated
It's like removed
classic
from
with no two
VHS
hands
tapes.
Has confirmed that Baloo the bear was indeed
It's
wearing
removed
a
from
coconut
fucking
bra,
VHS
like
tapes,
so
like
many of us
kids'
remember. This is
childhood
straight from the horse's
tapes.
mouth. You don't get
What the
any more
fuck is
accurate
that?
than a first-hand account.
The fuck is
This
that?
is like if I was commenting on the production
What?
of an all-time scary video.
Why the FBI
I'm the
coming in my
person that
house,
knows best. This leaves all of us with a couple
taking
questions.
away my goddamn?
Where's the coconut bra?
This is a
What happened
fucking
to
like
it?
Disney or some shit, and they
Tons
have
of
the
people
bra
that
on.
watched that movie remember
What the
it.
fuck?
And one of the artists that worked on it remembers it.
Why
as
they
well.
coming in my
And
house,
where did it go?
erasing my
Perhaps it was
VHS
Disney
tapes?
censorship, and all the original
Flip
copies were
stable.
scrubbed from existence.
The fuck is
You'd
this
think that At
shit?
least one would survive if that
I'm
was
sweating.
the case. At least a clip of it. This kind of gag at the time